Emily was just 15 when her family moved into a large, creaking house on the edge of town. A house that had been empty for almost 20 years. The air smelled of dust and damp wood. Every step made the floor groan, as if the house itself didn't want anyone walking there. Her mom said, "It just needs a little life again." But Emily could swear the walls already had a life, one that was quietly listening. That first night, she heard faint knocks coming from inside the walls. Her father said it was just rats, but the sound wasn't random. It was rhythmic, like footsteps. One cold evening, her parents went out for groceries, leaving Emily home alone. The clock ticked too loudly, the wind hissed through the cracks. She tried to distract herself, scrolling her phone, listening to faint music. But every sound in the house echoed differently. Too sharp, too close.
Then she heard it. Tap, tap.
Footsteps upstairs. Emily froze. Her heartbeat felt louder than the sound itself. She told herself it's nothing, maybe the pipes. But deep down, she knew pipes don't walk. Minutes later, the noise came again. Slow, heavy footsteps pacing above her head. And then a dragging sound, like fingernails scraping across the wooden floor. Emily whispered, "Mom." "Dad." No answer. The lights flickered once, twice, and went out. The only light left was the cold, blue glow of her phone. She grabbed a flashlight and stepped onto the stairs. Halfway up, she stopped. The hallway above was pure darkness, the kind that eats the light instead of reflecting it. And then she saw it. At the far end of the hall stood a figure, at least 12 feet tall, jet black, darker than any shadow could be. Its arms hung long, almost touching the floor, and its head tilted unnaturally, as if broken. The air grew colder with every second. Her breath turned to mist. Emily blinked. For a split second, it was gone. Then, suddenly, it was closer. Half the distance between them vanished, as if it had glided instead of walked. The red glow of its eyes pierced the dark. Then, in a voice so deep it shook the walls, it whispered her name. Emily. She screamed, stumbling down the stairs, phone crashing to the floor. She burst through the front door, running barefoot into the night. Cold air stabbed her lungs. Just as her parents' car pulled into the driveway, she fell into their arms, shaking and crying. Her father searched every corner of the house. Nothing. That night, Emily refused to go back inside. They stayed at a nearby motel. The next morning, her dad went back to pack some of her things. When he came downstairs, his face was pale. On the hallway wall, 12 feet above the floor, were 2 long black handprints, still wet. And from that day, no one ever went back inside that house again. But Emily swears, every time she closes her eyes, she can still see that hallway and the 12-foot shadow watching.